and Williams to start it off in the ruck here at Fremantle Community Bank Oval. Both players stand underneath the ball. Williams got the first tap out. Strong tackle on Winder, able to give it out at mid-air by Grego, and now the Eagles look to clear it out of the congestion. Williams does well to give it back to Davis in his first appearance for the Eagles. Over the top to Grego. Well stood up in the tackle.
But for the time being, they get the front.
Good start for the Eagles. They've got the first goal on the board. Both rucks miss it. Grego on the end of it, but can't break free from... If you're just joining us on 7 Plus, Paul Persick and Ethan Roth with you on an overcast day. The first real taste of winter weather here in the West after 3 dry weekends of football. Legended, the breeze not making things easy for the umpires today. Had some overnight rain and some earlier this morning, but it's held up quite well, the ground. Parker applies the tackle. You see Jones up against Tom Gross, who's been in good form in recent weeks. That's going to be a good matchup. Players diving on the ball. Free was one of them.
Best of kicks, but plenty of time. They try and rebound this. Winder called to play on. No whistle from the umpire. He's caught and eventually holding the ball.
Back in the side after missing last week and that loss to Claremont. Hamish Davis as well, coming back. AFL duty as well. There he is.
Into the first quarter. Solomon James and Bailey Williams going at it. Neither get their hand to the ball. Parker's in there, as to Hall. Recognises he has Gross over the top. Was probably best on ground last week in the first quarter, Tom Gross. Finished up with 24 disposals and a goal on Anzac Day. Here's Hall. Did he cop one around the neck? Umpire says no. Yeah, for sure. And, you know, they've got that balance between him and Free, with one playing forward and one playing ruck when the other one needs a chop out. Bursting through Edwards' ball. Fascinating ruck battle between Williams and James at the moment. Williams, almost like a fifth midfielder in there.
On their way to goal, apart from an Edward Graham opportunity, just slewed wide. Loose ball's there to be won. Williams wins it for the... Fans out there braving the cold conditions. First glimpse of real winter footy weather. To prove this afternoon after missing out on selection in the state squad. One of 3 surprising omissions during the week. Hamish Brayshaw and Tyler Keitel both omitted.
Ticking towards the latter stages of this first quarter, and it's a very low scoring affair. 7 points in favour of the Eagles at the moment as Florenka wins it out. Electing to go by handball through Winder.
A couple of chances, but haven't been able to convert as the Eagles will bring it back into play. Kick is to a one-on-one, and it looks like Williams was held there, and he's going to get the free kick on the right half back. 20 this opening quarter. Not too long to go, I can imagine, as Williams, with no options presenting, has to go down the line. There's the siren to win the first quarter for their first win of the season, and the Bulldogs looking to remain unbeaten after 5 rounds. Bounce favours Free. He got the first tap out. On the end of it there is Edwards Bolden, able to get the handball away. He went for the second option, and it cost the Eagles possession. They still have the lead. Ball up in front of our broadcast position as Williams throws it onto his boot. Great pick up there. But obviously very different conditions. They've played night football in 2 of their last 4 games. So they've had a mixed bag of the overall conditions at the start of the season. Playing the chip and run, and it's working.
Clay Hall, you could tell he was going to try and set this one up, and does so efficiently. Williams at the top of the goal square. And good luck to the WAFL game since the back end of 2022. 76 senior games to his name. Expect him to convert, and he does just that. Eagles get their second on the board here on 7 Plus. Of the away side. South Fremantle looking a bit shaky at the moment, Paul.
No, you're absolutely right, and goals are at a premium as well to add. Back in the centre, Winder on the end of it, hurries the handball. Florenk top, asked a lot of Ward. Hall does well to apply the pressure and force the turnover. Another chance for the Eagles. Williams, not the best handball, but Florenka forces the turnover for the ball. Competition this season. Kicked 2 last Thursday week. That win over West Perth, but he hasn't had a lot of the football. Hall, quick hands. Playing toward that forward side, but now he's immediately shifting down back as Williams and Free resume hostilities. Free in front position. Nice little give to Florenka. Handball chopped.
Ladder position doesn't matter if you come out all guns blazing, as they've shown so far, as the ball gets underway from the middle once again. Edward Baldwin had a point margin, Paul.
And what form he has been on. No, your eyes do not deceive you, ladies and gentlemen. It's 5 goals to 0 in this first half. And the Eagles playing some great football, holding the Bulldogs down. The Eagles have broken it open in their favour. They've opened the early floodgates, dare I say it, as Williams in front position knocks it down. Ward under pressure. Williams inside 50s they've had in this quarter. Very limited opportunities. Williams thumps it away. Now Hall. Kicks. Bulldogs not looking as sharp as they have been for the first 4 weeks of the season. They certainly have got a lot to work on after this first half. And the Eagles, they need answering at half-time. They're mucking around with the football a lot and they're paying the price for it. Byron. That's 75 out from the Bulldogs' goal. Williams goes up and gets it down. Datson can't keep it in play. Districts at Steel Blue playing East Fremantle. Complete the 5th round of the Sullivan Logistics WAFL Premiership season. Free in front position. Got it down to Bletchenden. Hard tackle. Favour of the Eagles as they keep the momentum.
Free and Williams doing battle once more. Comes down to Hall. Davis, he's had a stack of the footy.
They've really controlled this game from the outset. The league leaders been given a rude shock. Deep throw in, Long on the end of it, kicks high towards the goal.
Then get up in the nick of time, takes a bounce. He's playing with confidence, surges it inside 50, and Williams again! Not for the first time this quarter, Bailey Williams. They've been dominant inside this first half, and this would be the cream on top. Umpire does not move. The Eagles go in with a big lead.
6 goals to 1 in that second quarter. Really paving the way for the Eagles to carry a huge stream of momentum as Hall gives it off to Davis. Throw.
Sparks eventually goes down the ground. Williams standing underneath it. As we highlighted, a superb first half. He spots a play, but Drage is going to fill the hole. It was intended for Johnson. Getting back to save the day for the time being, Aaron Drage. Ferreira, one way then the other. Showing that they can be dangerous once the ball's in there. Even a Graham as well, despite his inaccuracy earlier in the game. Williams and Free doing battle. Bletchenden.
Points. South Fremantle with some chances inside 50, but just haven't been able to get that main target going. Williams nearly snatched it out and did a bit of a back heeler, if you don't mind. And champion now matched up on each other at this stoppage. Williams palms it down. Hall. Nowhere to go. And we'll do it again. Working it to the front again, Williams. Ward beats it off to Free. Pumps this one long. Led it now by 25 as they clear out of the defensive 50 almost immediately. To a contest. Williams going back. What a game he's having. He gives it off to Grego. Combines with Hall. The Eagles, 31 points the margin.
A bit more breathing room between them and the home side. And yeah, Rawlinson, 2 goals against Perth a couple of weeks ago. Follows up his work. Grego. Unbelievable scenes here at Fremantle Community Bank Oval.
Stranger things have happened in football as we get back to the centre. Parker on the end of it now. They need the next goal here, South Fremantle. Blue Oval. Keep you right up to date with those across the afternoon here on 7+. James in front position. Grego. That's a Jameson. The Bulldogs really feeling the heat. That's in the form of blue and gold at the present time. Quick dish to Ferreira. Off hands. Umpire calls play on.
But that will no doubt help their cause. Williams. Edwards Baldwin spending a lot more midfield time. Free. He's going to be first to the footy. Grabs it out of the ruck. Davis. James and Williams. Hall was blocked off it by Parker.
Football, it's 30 points in it in favour of the Eagles. Last term underway on 7+. Rucks go at it. Free wins the first tap out. Winder looking to get on the end of it. He's put under enormous... And of course we saw Nick Nat Newey playing for the Eagles. Isaiah Winder also for the Eagles, and also Darby McCarthy. And that loss ultimately cost the Bulldogs the double chance. Will the Eagles in the AFL, they take on Melbourne tonight at Optus Stadium, so a win could be a good sign. Williams! Oh, terrific mark, crashing the pack. He'll go on with business. Driving ball towards the forward pocket. In front there, Barnett, no mark. Pearson does well for South Fremantle. Oh, strong tackle there. This could be trouble. It is, holding the ball.
Goals in each game so far. Really putting his hand up for AFL selection, and it was a tough kick, but if there's anyone from that pocket you'd want Shanahan, as Winder loses his footing. That won't be 15-5 this year. They haven't been in this position, obviously undefeated coming into today. can't help but feel that their supporters would be a bit shocked. What can the Bulldogs muster up? Hall's going to be first to the footy.
Goal. West Coast Eagles controlled much of the game in their forward half. Williamson free. Chance for the Eagles to get another one on the points, but they feel that that cushion may not be enough.
Yeah, it could be a bridge too far. I like how he kicked the goal himself, though. Ferreira was in the goal square, could have handled it off, but took the reins himself as Williams takes the advantage. Free kick. Livingston just in front of him. Sachs wants to keep it in. Interact. Williams also might have caught one high for his troubles. Looks like he's got an issue with his left leg there.
Hope it's something more than cramp.
For all their good work today, the Eagles, they would hate to have any injuries in this last few minutes of the...
More time up for today, obviously with Hamish Free taking reins in the ruck, and he hasn't been presented with a lot of opportunities as we're back in the middle. Williams and Free both got hands to it. Perth stretching their lead out to 20 points over inaccurate Subiaco out at Mineral Resources Park. So if Perth maintain that momentum, they could be on top of the ladder tonight. 4 teams on 16 points come the end if results currently remain the same. So it's going to be interesting to see where it all goes come 5:30 this afternoon. And again, Jones got first to it, but slightly overruns it. He does have some backup in the form of McQuilkin. He kicks, but he's chopped up again by that man, Bailey Williams. What a performance he has had today. Settles for the kick. And it finds Petruccelli. Gets a nice little love tap to go on with.
You'd have to say Bailey Williams will be in the frame for Sandover votes, I reckon.
And the margin, 22 points in favour of the West Coast Eagles. Down the line he goes. No targets presenting there in the midsection. But looks like he's back up on his feet, which is good. Strong tackle by Bourne. That one going nowhere either. It's going to be a ball up. Williams in front position. Hurried kick by Free, and it's straight into...
Teams, playing to the end, which you've got to give credit to them for. McQuilkin's going to be under this one, copped a high one for his trouble. He looks slow to his feet and be rewarded for the free kick. Comes today, and to not only get their first win, but the opposition as well, away from home, cannot be underestimated.
Absolutely. In South Fremantle, it'll be a long, hard